Hello and welcome to our channel, Loving Handcrafts by BMW. This is Brenda. Whoops. So today I'm going to be doing a gatefold card for Mother's Day. I'm not sure if I've ever really done one, but I was looking at some different ways to use what I have in my stash and just some different ways of using instead of the traditional card base. So I was playing around with the dimensions, and I'm going to show you how to cut the gatefold card, but basically this is a gatefold card. And then I was looking at putting some panels here and a panel in here and heat embossing and stamping. So we're going to do a little bit of everything today. So to start, so this is basically my little pattern. You're going to need an 8.5 by 11 cardstock. It could be a pretty good weight cardstock. It doesn't have to be super duper heavy. I'm going to use white because that's usually what I have the most of. And what you're going to do is you're going to cut along the 8.5. Yep. Cut along the 11-inch side at 5.5. So let's try that. Let me make sure. And just so I won't confuse myself, this is kind of like my little, oops, that's the one. I have a little sample, oops, sorry. I have a little sample card right here. Just because this goes into my crafting journal, just so I won't forget how to do it. So 8.5 by 11 paper, cut at the 5-inch along the 11-inch side and score at 2 1/8 on both ends. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, that's my little card base. My little doodad. So let's get my little quarter. Let's bring out my little Wear Memory Works board. So this is the 11.5. Nope, this is the 8.5. This is the 11.5. So it said, oops, if I do it right, don't embarrass myself because I've only did this once, but I'm not going to embarrass myself, I hope. So, but if not, I can always show you my mistakes because we learn by mistakes. So cut along the 11-inch side, cut at 5.5. So you end up with 2 panels. Boop, boop. Well, yeah, well. Okay, let's see. And then we're gonna score. Yep, that looks about right. Yep. Then we're gonna score. So I'm gonna take my works board, turn it over, and then we're gonna score at 2 1/8. 2 1/8 here. 2, yep. 2 1/8 over here. Flip it around, and then score at 2 1/8. Okay, and then you're gonna just make it down, and then now you got a nice little gatefold card. And actually you can get 2. So I'm gonna do the other one while I got everything out and open. 2 1/8. I'll just put this in my stash, and then oops, get that back up there. 2 1/8. Okay. And then now I got 2 gatefold cards out of 1 piece of paper. So if you want to experiment, now you don't have to use white, but typically this is what I have the most of in my stash. So most of my card bases are generally white. I'm trying to expand that, but at the moment that's what I'm using. So slide the workboards, put it away. Okay, so now I ended up with 2 of these, and this is this. So now I got, you can get like a couple. So now this goes back in my little journal. I put some Velcro dots back on it. I'll keep this as a reference. I'll just kind of tack that down because I want to use these panels, just because I just used what I had just to see if I like the the spacing. Oops, I put the work boards up too fast. So now we gotta cut out our panels. So I'm gonna use my favorite thing that I've been using, which is from the Heirloom paper pack from scrapbook.com. I'm gonna use this as the outside for my panel. I'm gonna use this as the inside for the sentiment. Let me move this over. I've already had this in my stash. So I cut out this. So my thought process was, so bear with me, is, and I have a white one, so I'm going to put it in like that. I'm going to stack that up. And then I can put it in the front of the gatefold, like right there. And then when you flip it open, I'll have that in the inside. That is the plan. And again, like I said, I had all of these scraps from that SBC Fest. So I've really been using this particular paper pad from that. This is the die from the heart dies with the butterflies, this little doodad, some leaves. You know, this is from that. Again, SBC Fest from this year. Okay. I have a stamp, and my stamp, it says, you are the you're the kindest and loveliest and nicest and most thoughtful. So I have another stamp. It says, to my beautiful mom. And then this will be on the inside. And then this is going to be on the outside when I stamp it. What I think I'm going to do is heat emboss the sentiment so they'll be nice and clear. I'm going to stamp them and then use my clear embossing powder to give it a little shine because that's got some gold. And then the final thought was just decorating with the butterflies or whatever I have from that stash that's in here. Okay. Also, as a bonus, I'm going to go ahead and cover this. Oh, this is not big enough. I thought this was going to be a big enough piece. To cover this little writing pad, just to give to her as a gift. But I think I got to go back and get some more paper because I thought I could get away with using this from my scraps, but it's just not big tall enough. Works, but I got a little white showing here. Thought I had enough. So I'll have to go grab something else out of my stash. Oh, but I could do two colors. Could do a little two-tone thing like that. That might work. Here, do something two-toned. I don't know, but we'll see. Okay, that's gonna be a bonus. That's gonna not take a lot. All right, let me go ahead. I'm trying to decide what I want to do. Do I want to do let me do the cutting first of the panels. Okay, so back to the works board. Let me make some room on my desk because it's a very small desk to cut. Pull it back out. So I've already kind of got my measurements. So for my panel, I need 1 7/8 by 5 3/8. That's what I measured. So I'm going to cut 1 7/8. Okay, so that's 1 7/8. I really appreciate the cutting surfaces that I actually have the little tick marks because I'm really bad at that. 1 7/8. Then I'm going to cut another strip. Hopefully, turn it this way. I'll have smooth edges. 1 7/8. Then I can cut these two by 5 3/8. I can cut them together. So 5 3/8 right there. Right there. Whoops. 5 3/8. That takes care of my strips. And those are going to be so pretty. Then I use the back side of the cardstock since it's double-sided. And then for my panel, hopefully I got enough. Save these scraps because they're going to be used for something. 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Okay, so let's do the 5 3/8. Oh, I'm just gonna make it. I am just gonna make that. Is that cut? That's not even cut straight. So let's do it on the other side. 5 3/8 is here. Get rid of that. And let's see, 5 7/8. Let's make sure I do it right. Did I do it right? Okay, I didn't do it right. Okay, I don't know what I did. I did it the wrong way. Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna do 4. See what happens. 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So I did save myself a little bit of trouble. It's gonna be a little bit short. But never said I was the best at cutting, but it looks weird. I think I got it. I was wonky. There. It's a little straighter. It just looks weird to me. Oh wow. I probably did screw up something, huh? But it's gonna work. It's all gonna work. I hope. Oh, what did I do? I screwed up something. This is why I normally just let the Cricut cut it. Yeah, I did something weird. It's a little trapezoidy, but it'll be, you know what? It'll be all right. I'm not gonna worry. It's gonna be all right. It still closes. It's not 100% straight, but it's gonna be okay. I think, well, I like it that way. Do I like it this way? Yeah, I think that's how I'm gonna do it. I think I like it that way. Yep. Oh, it's gonna be pretty. And then we're gonna put this part in the center, and then we're gonna glue it on one side so you can open it. Yay! All right, I think I'm done messing up stuff. You tell me where I went wrong, but I went wrong somewhere. I just don't know where. But I'm gonna rock on. Okay, so that takes care of the cutting. And let me put my little measurements back in here. These are my little, it lives with this now. That way I don't ever have to remember and struggle. I won't be on the struggle bus. This I'm going to do after I do my, let me do my heat embossing first. Okay. And I'm going to bring in, for that, I'm going to bring in the Misty. So let's do that. Oh, before bringing out that, let me put this with some anti-static powder. I hate getting that on my Misty mat, and it just makes for a hot mess. Hot Mess Express. And I'm going to do the same thing with this. So the reason you're doing the anti-static excuse me, powder is to prevent the embossing powder to get where you don't want it to be. I have varying degrees of success with that, but that's what it is. So I went ahead and did that. I try to remember to do that up front. Okay, so it's make it a little bit easier. So, oh, okay, let me do this before I mess up something. I know I'm gonna mess up something, and I don't want to mess up something because I'm sure I'm gonna mess up something, whatever the something is. you can be assured that I'm going to do it. All right, so first things first, I'm going to go ahead and get this sentiment done first with this stamp. I'm going to season that a little. And then I'm going to get this placed. I want it to be right there. So Mama is right about, I want it to be off. Okay. All right, I could use gold, but I think between the white and the gold and the black, it's going to be just fine. So I've never used this before, so I'm kind of using my fingers to rub off whatever it is on there so I can get a good impression. I'm going to use my VersaFine. Put that over there. And here's my little heat tool I have all ready to go. Whoops, I forgot my rack. It's important. I like using the rack. It does help with dissipating the heat more efficiently. Let me go grab that. I'll be right back. You don't need it, but I like it. Okay, I got my rack. So, whoop, and everything's just, oh, it's just moving today. I feel like I'm discombobulated. So I'm going to go ahead and use my VersaFine clear, VersaFine ink and black. And I don't think I had that straight, but it's going to be all right. Looks good. Oh yeah. I like the mixture of the fonts. Okay. I know I forgot something. One more. Get a nice impression. I typically do it a lot. Okay, I forgot one more thing. Okay, I forgot to grab some paper. So I'm gonna to catch my embossing powder. So I'm gonna do this one more time, so the ink will, so it'll, I'll be sure that the ink is wet to catch the embossing powder, because you want to get that embossed. Get that embossing powder. You don't have to go ahead and I typically don't do it with paper, but that's what I had. Just needed to grab some paper. You don't have to heat it yet. You just want to get the embossing powder on that ink before it ink dries. So, and I'm just, again, I don't have a whole lot of light up in here, so I'm hoping that I got it. All right, I'm gonna put that to the side, and then I'm gonna do the next one. And make sure everything looks good. Okay. Oh my goodness, I closed it. It's okay. That'll come off. That'll come off. I will wipe that down. Okay, so this will be this one. Let's make sure I at least got that. Looks like a trapezoid to me, but that's what I did. So then this one will go right in the center. Just center it as best you can, up and down. Again, it doesn't have to be, I might put a butterfly in the middle of that. Make sure. Looks crooked. Yep. Okay. Got that going. Oops. I think I seasoned this enough, but it'll be okay. It will be okay. I just want to get this part done. You are the kindest, loveliest, and most thoughtful. Yay. It's pretty, pretty, pretty. I can't remember where I got this stamp set. I think it was from QVC. Not QVC, HSN. Yep, I think that's what it was. And it has all kinds of moms, dads, all occasion. One more time. I want it really nice and crisp. And I think when I put that embossing powder over there, it's just going to make it pop, pop, pop. JC's in the house. All right. I'm back. Okay, does that look good? That looks good. I think that looks good. Okay. Let me clean this off before I close it again. Because you want to kind of work quickly on the embossing powder part of it. This is my favorite way to do sentiments. My absolute favorite way of when I stamp and I used sentiments, I always heat emboss them with the clear embossing powder so that the black print will be tight. Okay, I think I got everything. If you're not sure, just hit it one more time just to make sure you roll it across all of the letters. Good coverage. And I just put it back in there. Okay, now I'm ready to do the heat setting. So I'm going to heat emboss this and melt this embossing powder. So we'll do that. And what I typically like to do is use my rack. So I'm going to move this down a little bit. And I have my glass mat right here. And I usually hold it with this if I want to, but I'm going to go ahead and turn that on. And I'll try to move this over. And then I'll just use it to hold down that. Sometimes it's a lot easier putting it on the glass, the little rack for your cookie. So this is basically a rack for your cookies, cooling rack. And I really, really like the rack, cooling rack for this. So as you can see, melted the powder, just making sure it gets it good and melted. Smooth that around the heat. Just put it up to the camera so you guys can see it. I think it's melted. You don't want to burn it, but I usually try to just be safe and sorry and just make sure. Because again, I'm putting it in your guys' view, not in my view, so I just want to make sure that the embossing powder is all melted. I think it's melted. So then I'll do the same thing with this one. Curls the paper. Just got to keep moving it around. Until you start seeing the magic happen with the powder. There it goes. There it goes. Pretty. And I just think it's going to be really crisp. And the key is just to keep this moving. And I kind of like this paper because it already looks like it's got a little halo effect. So I'll just move this up and down. just want to make sure before I turn it off that I got everything melted. All the letters, all the stuff. See, it looks like it's done. Yep. Huh. What's shiny? Did I take it all off? Don't even feel like it's embossed anymore. Did I melt it all away? Did I do it too long? And my embossing powder is kind of old now. So it was, I don't know. I think I melted it all away. This is pretty old. And they do say embossing powder does get old. So I might have to get some more of that. Because it was raised and now I don't feel anything. And it was shiny and now it's all gone. Okay, well, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to move on. Since I've already taken up everything, you could reposition it, but I'm not going to worry about it. I think that's what happened. My embossing powder is now gone bad. I never thought I'd see the day. I've had that embossing powder for a very, very long time. Okay. All right. So moving on. There's my glasses. I was like, this just looks weird. That's the second time it's done that. Okay. Let's bring this back in. All right, let's move on to the next item. I'm very disappointed in that because it was looking good. And I just may have blown it away. All right. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is go ahead and get my panels in, and then I'm going to do this last with the front cover. So let's grab my panels. This one's going to go here. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, ay, ay. Lose it. I don't lose it. Don't lose it. Alright, let me go see if I can find it. I lost it on my desk. Okay, I found it. We grab this. Alright, so we're going to turn this over, and I'm going to use liquid glue for this. So this is my Barely Art glue. Okay, I'm going to turn this to the side. I want that big flower at the front. So you want to just center it as best you can. It doesn't have to be super straight, and didn't get it in there just right. So I'm looking for a border all the way around, and I should have got my glasses on. Okay, and usually I like to do it like this. There we go. There we go. Nice white border. Boop. And take this little glue here. You can hear JC's in the room. He's back in the room with me. He's just exploring the craft space because there's always something to explore in here. Okay, yep, there we go. That takes that. Then I'm going to take the panel. Put that in the inside as well. So if you're liking what I'm doing, go ahead, please like, subscribe, and or comment one way or the other. And I will be getting some new embossing powder because I just think it's just gone. The shine just wasn't there. And I haven't done anything different, but it's okay. It's still crisp. It's still crisp. Cute, 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 cute. Put that black on that. Now let's put together this one. So this goes in here, and I'm going to use some little bit of tape. Cute, cute, cute. Move you up right now. Do I have some tape? Yeah, so the way this goes is you put that in there and you just kind of slide it in like a puzzle. And you're going to work from the back. You can use your low-tack tape. You can use Scotch tape. You just want to tape the edges and make it one piece. And I really don't like the shiny tape because it comes, sometimes if you don't get it puzzled in to slot it in together, it can be a little challenging, but I'm going to make it work. But if you be patient, you'll make it work. Put my glasses on because I can't see. There we go, that's a little better. Just want to get it slotted in where it kind of sort of be, and makes it one piece. And this is what I got. I would use the other tape. I've used other tape, but it shows through, and I'm figure if I just use the clear tape, although it's shiny, it should be fine. But I'm just trying to get that top part. Do that one. Just take your time. Doesn't have to be perfect, but good enough. And you're just trying to catch the edge of the gold, right? Okay, I need to put some right here. Just trying to catch it. Okay, yep. And then I'm going to put it in here and center it in there. And then that's what it's going to look like. Let's put some glue on that. I probably should have put some dot tape runner on there too, but we will make it work. And then you want to center that. And like I said, if you get any glue on your go piece, you can and the reason I wanted to use the bigger piece is because when you put it on here and you open it, whoops, when you open it, it's nice, you know, it's like a finished edge, you know what I mean? So you just want to keep it just like that. Isn't that pretty? And then I think I'm gonna put, I don't know if I want this one or this one on the front. Isn't that gorgeous? I could put it here. I kind of sort of like it here, but I don't know yet. I don't know. And then do I got another butterfly? Maybe this. No, I like the gold. And then maybe one of these in the inside. And then that'll be done. Now you can also, I have this little frond piece that I could also put, like if you wanted to put it down here or something. I don't have to. So let's get this going. And let me see where I want to put the glue. Because you don't glue this side, you just glue this side. Because you only want one side of the apparatus to be glued, the little focal point. So let's do it like this. Cool. Cool. Yay. That looks good. Stick that on there. And then I'll decide, I think I like this butterfly. I don't know if I want it this way, kind of sort of like here. I don't know. Oh Lord, did I put it on upside down? Oh, look. I was like, oh snap. Oh, it's like I just put it in upside down. Oh snap. Just caught it. Just caught it. Did you not see that? I was like Snapdragon. Actually, I like this placement better. Oh, that's going to be so cute. Make sure it looks a little straight. I almost put it on backwards, y'all. I did not want to have to redo this card. I really, really didn't. But I kind of like the butterfly like here. Now, my mom lives in state, so I am going to pop that butterfly up so I don't have to worry about mailing it. So I will pop that up. Last minute thought. Take my glasses off. So I'm going to use a little foam. Cut this in half. So I'm gonna pop that butterfly up, and then you could put some gems. I might go back and put some gems on this to kind of finish it out, but you can put gems on it. Not saying you can't. I always just do that at the last. I never do it on camera because I always forget about it. So just a little bit of glue on that. Pop that butterfly up. Cool. And then I can put a little gem here, make a triangle and put a gem here and here. Okay, but I like that. Isn't that gorgeous? And then I'm going to put this gold butterfly right in, yep, right here in the center. I'm not going to pop that up. Because she likes butterflies. Okay, now I lied. I am going to make it cattywampus. Just a little. And then you can fluff up these wings if you want. But that is my Mother's Day card to my beautiful mama. You're the kindest, loveliest, and nicest, most thoughtful. Isn't that great? There is a Gatefold card for Mother's Day. So I almost forgot to do the second half. So excited for doing the card that I forgot to do this part of the book. And I think I am going to do this, but I think I got a solution for the transition. So I think I'm going to do that, but what I am going to do, and I'll just cut off the rest, it'll just be a lot easier for this. I'm going to use some positionable dots. And what I'm going to do is just cover this notebook. That way I don't have to worry about getting stuff on the, try to get the edge as well. I don't have to worry about getting it all over this part. So I am going to cover, oops, this part with the gray. I kind of like that. And if I'm over a little, it doesn't matter. I'm going to cut off both sides like that. And then I'm going to put just a dab right here. And then I got an idea to cover the transition. And bring that up a little. Cover that like that. I don't have to cover the back. Beautiful. I am going to now cut this part off with my scissors. I might have to measure perfectly. So this is a quick way to do a cover up. Just a plain notebook. Not the best at cutting, but I'm going to try. Yeah, I got a little bit too much right there, but it'll be fine. And I'm going to just try to butt up against the white part. I guess I could have used, you know what? I'm a boob. Boob. Let's not do it that way. Let's do it this way. Let's do a little bit smarter. It's like, I'm a boob. I'm moving that out the way because that's not self-healing. I am a boob. Let's just do them a little pen knife. How about that? That way. Then I can make it a lot quicker. And I'll use the knife to cut off any excess. A boob. Just a boob. There we go. And get it all the way. That's a little easier. There we go. Perfect. And I can use these to try to cut up. It's a little awkward on this at this side, but I'm gonna make it work. Just slightly awkward. But you know, if I would have cut it perfect, yeah. Yep. You know what they say. Just take your time. You can always, it's handmade, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Looks good. It's not as clean as I like, but it'll work. Okay, so for the transition, I have these little doodads. I have another pack somewhere. I don't know where they're at. I have no clue. I have no clue. But these are great for transitions. And I think I'm going to use this gold one. I don't know where my, oh, this is a brand new pack. But I'm going to add that little gold transition here for this little strip. I want maybe the wavy one. You can just pick whatever. And then I'll make a nice decorative edge for the transition between the two. Look at that. Nice little transition between that and the that. Then you can put something here. I might stick hello. If I got a better hello, might stick hello right up in there. That'll work. Could do, yeah, I like that. And then I got this guy. How about that? Yay! And again, these are just scraps that I made work. And I'm going to put that hello there and stick that butterfly there. Oopsie. Can I do another? Is that enough? Enough to do another? Like, double line. Darn it. Nope, it's not enough. But just put it back on the little cardboard thingy bob right here. Yep. And oops, better glue that. Look at me using the scraps. Look at me being all scrappy. Oh, put my glasses on. Being all scrappy, scrappy, scrappy. This is a nice project. And this was just like an afterthought to do the little notebook. But I like it. And I just drop it right there, and then I'll clean up the glue after. Ooh. Oops, sorry. And then I'll put the little butterfly in the transition point, like right here. And she'll have a sweet little notebook. A little bit more glue here. And then that is just like how you can decorate a little notebook. Isn't that gorgeous? It's not. Oh, I'll put something in it. I got some adhesive, but I think it's cute. And then it's like a nice little companion piece to go with the card. I think it's cute. So now you can like, subscribe, comment, and do all the things, because I almost forgot to do this. So I will talk to you guys next time. Take care.